Welcome back to Take Action News, everybody. David Shuster here. So glad to have you with us. We have a very special moment here as part of our Google Hangout for everybody who's watching us. In addition to hearing us, you're going to hear a voice that may be a little bit new, but he's not to us. He is our chairman of Take Action News, the CEO, the man in charge of Take Action News, Ben Barnett, and he also happens to be something of an expert on climate change and climate change policies and what folks are trying to do about it. Ben, welcome to the program.
Hey, David. Good to hear you. Good to see you.
Great to see you. So I want to set this up by, here was the lead of NBC News with Brian Williams in the last couple of weeks taking note of a new report that came out about the melting in Antarctica. Listen.
Good evening. At a time when so many people are still suffering, right now, tonight, more than 1 month after a monster storm hit a giant population center, today we learn some facts about how this Earth is changing and how fast. For starters, polar ice sheets in Greenland are melting at 5 times the pace of just a few years ago. New research concludes that Antarctica is melting. While it takes a lot of ice to melt to raise ocean levels, they say that is in fact happening, and they believe just an incremental recent rise of ocean levels made the damage worse when Hurricane Sandy hit the East Coast and took so much away from us. The big question mark is the future, of course, and a new kind of normal for all those living along the water.
Ben Barnett, that led their newscast. The story's gotten a lot of attention. Does that start to shake up the American people and make them realize, hey, this is an issue that we need to worry about?
Well, I mean, I guess maybe I want to say I hope so. I think this has been an issue for a long time. I mean, it has been an issue for a long time, and I didn't even see it really that much of an issue during the election. So, there's a lot of data out there right now showing that these are becoming facts. The science is very believable, but I didn't see it so much as a campaign issue, so I guess I can say I only hope so.
The science behind that, I mean, and we mentioned, I mean, and Brian mentioned in his report that Antarctica is melting so much faster than anybody thought, that the icebergs are melting, waters are rising faster. This could mean more extreme weather, more moisture in the atmosphere, which means more snow during winter times, more drought during the summer. And we've seen clear changes in weather patterns over the last few years. From the view of folks who are inside, who have been aware of this for a couple of years, is this sort of a "I told you so" moment that for people like yourself and others who have been paying a lot of attention to these issues, it's a sense of, okay, we've reached the point that we were so worried about that we might reach?
Well, I mean, look, there's a lot of data out there, like I said, and the last decade was the hottest on record, according to skeptical science. Daily record high temperatures occurred twice as often as record lows over the prior decade. The facts are the facts. This is what's happening. I would love to see the media take this, like you said, as a lead story as much as possible, and I think, frankly, that's what it's going to take.
The summertime this is the hottest summer that we've had on record, and look, the Hurricane Katrina, whether it's Hurricane Sandy, I mean, we're having more and more extreme weather events. It does seem like, at least on social media, and we've noticed that there's an uptick in people's interest. That whenever we do one of these stories, whenever there's a big story on the news, it does seem to get a little bit more attention. But there's people that are out there that just don't want to believe it, who believe that this is all part of some liberal conspiracy to, I don't know, impose communism or socialism on all of our energy sectors. What do we do about those people?
Well, if I could step into the muck here for a minute, what you're looking at really is the debate between God and science. And what do we do? I mean, what we do is what we're doing right now. We're talking about this and we're trying to bring facts out, and I think that's really what it's going to take. But I also think it's going to take a lot of political leadership to step out, because a lot of the issues that people are having here in a tough economy is that this is as much about jobs as it is about the climate. So it seems to be as much about, what have you done for me lately? So I can't see, really a surge, I guess you could say, from all political, persuasions to sort of join together. This has clearly been a discussion that's been very much about the Democrats and the left of the political leadership out there. And something's got to break. The Sandy, superstorm, as we called it, a lot of people, I think, really took notice of that and saw the devastation of that. It did hit the East Coast, which I think was interesting. It didn't hit the South in a way that Katrina hit. So maybe if that's what it's going to take to bring people together to discuss this and start to put this on the table, maybe that's what it's going to take. But unfortunately, at this moment, outside of people talking about it on Twitter or even us talking about it here on the news on a syndicated station like this, I think it's going to take a lot more, and I think it's going to have to come from the upper political echelons, including the president.